This is a HeadGum podcast.
Drastically changed, and thank you for all your patience. I'm just in a different space, and I choose to embrace it.
What if we did a podcast where we just don't talk?
Okay. It'd be like...
Where you just kind of... I can hear Mac eating in the background.
He's been eating for a while now. I'm actually kind of proud because he's been getting a little skinny. Look, Mac is getting older. He's an older dog, but that's why we love him.
We're worried, all right? We want our dog to live, what?
Another 17 more years.
All right, I'll take 17. What do you want me to do here, Will?
I really want to know what your estimate is. Or your hope.
When he's gonna...
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's... An honest... Do you want an honest answer?
Yeah.
I think...
Maybe you don't need to tell me, actually.
Mac is like 8 right now.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, he's 7.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
He's
Yeah,
definitely 7.
He's 8. And I think that he's going to live to a solid 11 years old.
11.
Yeah, because right now he doesn't show any signs of croaking.
Nah.
He doesn't
Maybe he confuses me sometimes, though. Like, Darren, I got a couple of things to tell you right now live on our podcast.
All right, go for it.
This weekend, I was in the San Francisco Bay Area.
You were?
I might have saw someone on the streets.
Who the fuck did you see?
I'm just kidding.
Did anything fun happen?
No.
That's a lie. That's for sure a lie.
No. So I went to Dolores Park, which I didn't know is like... Okay, Dolores Park is a park in San Francisco where people go to drink, smoke weed, and end up in situations.
I thought you were going to say jerk off.
No, but like honestly, I've been thinking about it. Shouldn't there, like I've been saying this for years, everybody agrees with me, but no one's going to make any actions towards this. There should be rooms where you can just go and jerk off.
There are like adult sex shops, right? Or
really?
at least in the movies.
Oh, that's
I've
true.
never seen that in real life.
That's true, but it should be more socially acceptable and they should be nice. Because like sometimes you're like, I'm a dad, and being a dad is hard. And so is my dick, but I don't need it to be right now. We're at Six Flags. So let me go handle that.
So you think there should be places at Six Flags where you can jerk?
I mean, not just Six Flags, anywhere, like Walgreens. Like anywhere is stressful for sure.
Man, if you're getting erections that fat, like you're in Walgreens, you're never...
Or not...
No one goes to Walgreens to spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
You go in because you need hemorrhoid cream or some shit. Like you get toilet paper, a soda, maybe some ice cream, and you're out.
My grandmother used to go to Walgreens all the time.
You know, what the fuck? Okay.
That was the most epic thing I've ever heard.
This thing wasn't trying to come to decapitate you.
Yeah, that could have knocked your head off. Like, honestly, that sounded...
Wow, that sounds beautiful. You hear that?
It does. You should fucking sample that.
I should. That was really cool. Okay, so
I got
for
bras
those
in Atlanta.
who are just listening, which is everybody besides us two, my mic stand just tried to fuck me up right now real hard. Like, it tried to come at me. And
Explain that better.
I don't know how to... What is this thing called? This arm.
Give it a name.
The schlinger.
Okay.
The schlinger has been fucking up lately.
Say it like it's real.
The schlinger has been fucking up lately because I bought the cheap one and I didn't buy the real brand.
Oh, you might notice my phone just popped up and lit up that I have a notification.
What does that mean?
It's dead to me time.
You were away from your phone this weekend? Talking to the fucking mic.
I was away from my phone a lot. I didn't want to be on it. Like, I've been like, I don't know if you noticed, but you did because you told me a couple minutes ago, I've been freaking out lately. Oh, it's definitely true. I've been losing my mind. And I was like, I think I piled too many things on my plate. I'm doing too many things at once. It's giving me nervousness. I feel anxiety. I'm just like, not enjoying life at all. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go on a break. So I went to the Bay Area for the weekend, and
you drove?
I saw a lot of familiar faces, and it was nice. I drove there, but like, I don't know. That was very good and nice, but it wasn't what I needed.
What, the trip?
Yeah.
What do you need?
I don't know.
Do you mean because like you were you actually vacationing or?
I was doing a lot of things, but okay, if I'm gonna be real, I just feel like a fucking monkey. I'm like constantly like just going around and just being like it's my honor. It is my absolute honor to be funny all the time or whenever people tell me to. But I just feel like sometimes it's not the time and place. And I just don't feel like it. And they're like, no, you still gotta be funny and like do it now and do it better and do it faster. And I'm like sometimes I don't know if I even want to be William Haynes, but I am, and I'm glad to be, and I'm proud to be.
Do you think that's why like people like Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, like they don't really do stand-up anymore?
Yeah.
Because they're like done with that?
Yeah.
I was funny for 20 years.
Yeah.
What do you expect? I don't want to be funny anymore.
I can't imagine what it's like being funny for like
in front of huge ass crowds.
Yeah. And it's really weird because like I mean, I'm not as funny as them. I'm just my little small version of funny. And sometimes it bothers me. And I can only imagine when it's like for real like that. It's just like
Wait, say that again? You're not as funny as them. You're just you.
I'm just my small type of funny.
And what bothers
But
you?
I can only imagine what it's like when it's so much more. Because I feel like sometimes I'm trying to talk and people like they don't understand what I'm saying because they like, you know, like when I'm not being funny and I'm like, hey, okay, here's the deal. And people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they just don't understand me. And I'm like, oh, I feel like that's a consequence from joking around so much. And,
yes.
And like, I know when you're like, if you're Dave Chappelle, everybody wants you to crack a joke. And you're like, I'm just at fucking Applebee's. I can only imagine. Yeah.
Well, I feel like you also get frustrated, you know? When you try to explain something and someone doesn't understand.
Yeah, it's just because it's my issue is like I've
Mac, don't look so fucking cute over there. Goddamn. Sorry, what was that? Really
I've just realized recently that like as I've gotten older, I've realized that like I'm not like most people, and I kind of just in the way that I describe things and the way that I see the world, my perspective is off. And it's like, it's so hard to explain to people, like, this is what I see and this is how it is. And just so many people don't, you know, see the same thing as me. And it's just like, it's just frustrating.
I mean, I think I didn't plan on talking about this, but I don't give a fuck anymore. Who cares? The other weekend or fucking weekends ago, I partook in some mushrooms, and Will was there to watch, and he did not partake. But I realized when I was on the said mushrooms that I finally understood Will.
Yeah.
In the sense of like I kind of got what your frustration and your confusion. And in the way you think and explain things was very much the mindset that I was on that level, which I can only typically obtain when I'm on the mushrooms. And it was kind of a very surreal experience.
It was for me too.
What did you take away from it?
Because it was you and it was other people too. Like a lot of people that I consider to be close friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, and everybody was saying to me that like, oh, and at separate occasions, they were like, I understand you now. And like, oh, I totally get what you're saying. Like, I was like, am I speaking a foreign language? And I think that it kind of just, I became woke that I'm different. Like, I knew that I was different, but then it was like a magical experience to me because I was talking to you guys and it was a regular, and I felt what made me so sad. I almost cried. I was like, I'm not even the one on drugs, is I felt like a regular person. And I felt like, you know, like a lot of people when they go to a coffee place, they probably go in there and they're like, hey, I'm a regular person too. Let's talk. And I'm like, there's like a language barrier. It's like I don't speak English sometimes. And that's how I've always felt since I was a kid. But when I was talking to you guys, I was like, oh, we're just talking. We're just having a conversation. And it was really freaky to me. But I enjoyed it.
What is that? Like, where's the confusion?
I don't know. I think it's definitely me. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that I'm not going to tell people to go do mushrooms or go do
Joe
drugs.
Rogan does.
He definitely does. And I remember back in the day when I would listen to his podcast and drive to work, all he would do was like fucking praise marijuana and mushrooms and fucking is it called DMT?
Yeah,
something like that. Now who's getting notifications over here? Take a look at Big Poppy's phone.
I saw it before you did, I'm sure.
I got an Amber Alert.
That's probably what mine was too.
Straight up got an Amber Alert.
Mine probably was an Amber Alert too because it doesn't look regular.
Don't steal the kids. Don't steal the kids. They have an Impala.
Okay.
I don't even know what kind of car that is. I've heard the name before.
We just bragged about getting notifications and it turned out that Neither of us did. It was in an Amber Alert.
Oh man, we're going to hell. Anyways, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you to go do drugs. Don't do drugs. But I do think that doing mushrooms and hallucinating and having that experience is fucking potentially necessary. Like it changed my goddamn life. The first time I did it, the second time I did it, like I think it's such like a beautiful experience. It's euphoric. It's amazing. It helps me think of other people's perspectives, because like in my normal day to day, like I try my best to put myself in other people's shoes, because I think that's a very important thing. It's very important to try to understand where the other person is coming from. But you know, at the end of the day, your perspective is still going to take over and dominate, and your ego is going to dominate. So even though you're trying, I'm going to speak for myself. I don't think I can fully put myself in someone else's shoes. That's why, like, I don't, you know, I think it's empathy, apathy. I don't know whatever the fuck one it is. I can't feel it. You know what I mean? Like, I can feel sorry for you, but I can't relate in the sense, even if I've like been through it, I can't. But when I'm on mushrooms, oh my God, I can 100%. I'm like, oh, this is what it's like to be a human. See, the same sense, and you were saying like you felt like, oh, this is what it's like to be a human. I feel the same way when I take mushrooms.
It's incredible, man.
It's like, it's a fucking, I don't know what it is.
And I think I'm just now realizing now that that's why I've been so frustrated over the past few weeks, is because for a couple of hours, I just felt like I was just like a person. I felt it made me feel human, because I remember I always felt like I was a robot up until maybe a year ago. And then I just felt like I was just, I don't know, I felt like I was on my journey to become human, and that's when I began trying to improve myself. And then I realized that I still am not. This must be so weird to people to listen to. This is such like a personal conversation. And it's so strange to hear someone say that they're not. I mean, I'm definitely human, and I'm definitely a regular person, and you can speak to me. But like, for some reason, when I speak to someone enough, I begin to make less sense, I feel like.
When you speak to someone enough, you begin to make less sense. What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know, just the way, I don't
like
know.
The duration of a conversation, or like the time?
Like over time. Like,
so like months and months and months of talking to someone.
And then after a while, people just be like, what are you talking about? And I don't know. I think I just start cutting corners in my language, and like, I don't know.
You definitely cut corners in your conversation. Like, you explain the first part, and then only like the middle, and then you're done. And then I think in your brain, because you've been thinking about it so much, probably overthinking it for hours.
Yeah.
And then you finally get to the point of expressing that conversation verbally to somebody, that you think, even though you only said, you know, a small portion of it, you thought you said everything.
Yeah.
Same with like, you know, probably how you are creatively. Like, you thought about it for so long that when it came down to it, it felt like you've been working on this project for 10 hours, when really the physical work was only like maybe an hour. You know what I mean? But it's just like you overthink everything.
Yeah, a lot of it goes on in my head. I think that's also been my issue. A couple weeks ago, that day after you guys did shrooms, I became very present. The next day, you remember, we kept saying, the day after, we kept saying, this is the best day ever.
What happened the day after?
I just went to Whole Foods.
I don't remember. The days afterwards are always amazing. Like, if you have a good time.
And I wasn't even on drugs. That's the crazy part. But like, it's because I became present. I stopped being in my head for like a day. And like, everything was so beautiful, and I wasn't like dying. I wasn't in pain anymore. And it was great.
Do you think you've reached a point, this is kind of a tangent, but not really. Do you think you've reached a point to where you don't have to feel like you have to try to be funny? Not in the sense of like you can just automatically be funny. I mean in the sense of like, do you feel like you still have to prove yourself? Because I know like early SourceFed days around Joe and all them, you for sure felt like you had to be funny and like prove yourself.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that outside of SourceFed, at SourceFed?
In front of an audience, I definitely have to prove myself. But like with the people in our like general vicinity, not really. Because we're all friends and we all know each other.
Is there something that you do that you've noticed that you do differently when you're trying to be funny?
Well, and that's kind of the thing, is I don't really try anymore. I'm just myself. And sometimes that's funny and sometimes it's not, and I'm okay with that now.
Well, you said when you're performing on stage.
Oh, when I'm performing? I don't know. Well, there I kind of have to. I'm very nervous about that, I realized recently.
Performing?
Yeah, I was like, I like really came to the conclusion, like, 20 minutes ago when I was on the computer, I was like, I don't know if I want to be a stand-up comedian anymore.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's just like, I used to love it a lot, but then there just became so much pressure to it. And I'm like, now every time I think of it, my thoughts are negative. It's no longer, I can do that, I'd love to do that. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, now I have to do that again. And there's just too much, there's too much pressure on me. So like, I don't know when my next shit's gonna come out.
Yeah, that feeling of like, I have to do that again. That's the same as like when someone hates their job. I have to wake up and go there again.
Yeah.
I have to go to the fucking gym. That's not a good thought.
Yeah.
That's not a fun thought. Do you feel that same way about improvising?
About
improv.
What do you mean improv?
Like, do you feel the same way, the same distaste for improv?
No, I like to improv things now.
I wonder what it is with the stand-up and the writing and the memorization that you don't like.
It's like, brains like...
why don't you feel pressure with improv?
Because then I know how to be me. All I know how to be is myself. I've learned that skill. It's like I used to be able to like to write things like since I like let go of all the other media that I used to take in
like anime and stuff.
Yeah, anime and even like other stand-up comedians. Like I don't listen to any comedians now. Now that I only listen to myself, I know how to be me. So, like, when I have to memorize being me, I'm not going to do it correctly. When I am just, like...
But I thought the way you write your stand-up is just bullet points.
That was how I used to do it. I think that's what I decided I have to get back to if I am going to continue to do stand-up. Because once I started writing it again, it just gave me, like... I was like, it just didn't feel right. That's not how I am... That's not how I find my funny. Mm-hmm. I do it by naturally... expressing myself in the moment. But I guess, that's like part of it, that you have to learn how to do that.
Who were we talking to like a week ago about like public speaking and how like we didn't like
reading it?
Yeah, if there's like a script or something,
yeah,
that
Sam.
shit. Oh, Sam, yeah. He was saying that he's the opposite. He likes the script and he doesn't like improvising it.
Yeah, I much rather improvise.
I couldn't imagine if we had to do like these live shows and we were doing sketches and shit and I had to I would not do it. That doesn't sound fun for like. Yeah, I'm sure it would be fun, but that sounds like torture. Like I would hate that because the anxiety and like the fucking nervousness and would just overpower the actual enjoyment I would get. It
definitely does. It definitely does.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't feel that way towards like music and having to memorize the lyrics. I mean,
it's different because like with comedy, like you want a specific reaction, and if you don't get it, everybody knows.
Right.
We were filming another one of those videos today where I go to in public and people don't know we're recording and I just talk to them, and that makes me nervous too. Like I'm very lucky that I've made it. I can make it look like I'm just like, hey, hi, I'm William Haynes, but I'm very nervous. My heart's beating, and that's why it's fun, honestly. But
you like the feeling of your heart beating? And
yeah.
What did you say to me 3 years ago?
I want to make my heart beat.
That was so funny.
And I said to myself today, I was like, I make my heart beat enough. Like, it's like gotten to the point where I need to fucking calm down.
I don't like that feeling. Like, fuck, in the manager's meeting the other day when I had to tell him I gave him my 30 days.
That's me every day.
I was so fucking nervous. I don't know why. I hate doing that kind of shit. Like, where I have to talk official and, like, fucking give an update of what's happening in my job and, like... it's a part of it, and I understand that, but I fucking hate. Like, it's so hard for me to just. But we oddly enough, like I can sit down with our boss one-on-one, and it's so easy, so fucking easy. The second you add my peers into the situation, even though I know majority of them aren't even listening, because they're worrying about what they're gonna say, or they already said their shit, so they're on their phone or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like they don't give a fuck.
And that's
But I'm just so fucking nervous. I hate that feeling.
That's exactly what an open mic is.
Yeah, that sounds miserable.
It's the exact, and that's what really made me stop liking stand up. Is that and none of my fucking friends would go with me. And I would just have to go by myself.
I've said so many times that I would go.
I mean, not you. I mean, like the actual comedians, because it's different.
Yeah.
And you've gone with me more than anyone has, and thank you for that. But like, that's all I really want to say.
You got to find a comedian Craigslist friend.
Yeah.
Have you heard about them?
Comedian Craigslist friend.
Tell jokes and lick your asshole.
It's not even fun anymore. It is when I'm up there, but like the pressure to do it over time is like, God.
How the fuck are we about to do this shit?
Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm even doing.
Mac,
He's literally
Catacomb.
asleep.
What are we gonna do? Because I'm over here trying to be the best that I can be. I used to want to just be the best, and then I decided I need to just be the best I can be.
Yeah,
But even that shit's hard.
it's true.
When you don't like your fucking self. Oh, too real?
No such thing as too real.
When you don't like yourself a lot of the time, Mac. Catacomb, I mean.
All shrooms does is make people honest.
It does. It makes people honest. But it also, like, makes... I mean, again, I can only speak for myself, but, like... It made me, live in the moment, which is something I'm incapable of doing. I was 100% living in the moment. I didn't give a fuck about... I can hear everything else happening in my house. Like, I can hear all the conversations. But it all just sounded like noise. Even though I can hear the words, my brain wouldn't allow me to, like, focus in on what the actual words and the sentences and what they were talking about. But I can hear the words clearly. And I can hear everything, actually. But I only cared about what was right in front of me and who was speaking to me.
Yeah.
And it was like so intense as far as concentration.
I'm like a low dose version of that. It's like, and that's why like sometimes people like will be talking to me and like now some people snap at me, which I'm like, all right. But like I get into those moods where I'm like, earlier today, remember when I was drawing on that piece of paper?
In the kitchen?
Yeah. I went into full focus mode and like everything just blacks out. And what someone said, one of our friends said to me that was the most like me about being on shrooms was there's always this presence behind me that I just can't describe.
Behind you, like a ghost, like a monster?
Thank you for saying it out loud, but yes.
Are you being serious? It's like a you got demons on you.
Yeah, I don't know what's behind me. And it's kind of scary, but I know it's nothing. And that's just my life.
Is that why you're afraid of the dark?
Yes. I have like I'm just paranoid. And it's like, and it's not a serious thing. It's just like, I'm sure a lot of people deal with that. And I just call it my imagination.
Wait, you feel like there's something behind you?
Yeah, and I know it's nothing.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you actually see shit behind you.
I never see anything. But I just feel...
When you run upstairs, or like when you're walking upstairs, do you always look behind you?
No, I used to when I was a kid.
When I was a kid, I would always do that. I would be so scared, too, because we lived in a 2-story house. And I would turn the lights off downstairs, and then leave the hall light on. And I would run because I was like fucking terrified. And I would always look behind me.
I was scared too. I was scared of everything. But as I'm an adult now, and now I know that like it's just your imagination. And I feel gifted because of it. I still have a child's imagination. Mm-hmm. And it's why I'm very childlike sometimes. But it's like I'm an adult and I need to be able to do certain things. And I think it stops me from that.
I wish I can get scared, like, because I don't really, like, I only get scared about, like, fucking social things, and not even social anxiety, but, like, that manager's meeting where I got nervous, or, like, performing live and fucking up. I think everything is really, like, I'm worried that I'm going to fuck up, but, like, I don't get scared. I want to get scared.
And here's the thing that it's really hard for me to express this, is, like, what's really been bothering me lately is that I'm not really scared anymore of people. Like, I know it was a while ago, but the Donald Trump thing, once I said that in front of him, I realized that I can say anything to anybody. I might get nervous, but, like, I just realized that they're, like, if all I have to do is be myself, I can do it. It's when I have to act like something else, it's when I can't do it, and that's when it bothers me.
So what if you got, like, an acting role?
I mean, I could do that. I'm just acting as myself into that situation. But, like, I don't know.
But what if it was, like, a pimp or something? Something where you would never do.
What I'm saying is like, I'm afraid that like it's really hard to explain. Nothing is scary anymore.
Nothing.
Nothing of that sort is really scary to me anymore. I'm like, I'm sad about it, and I'm like, oh.
What about Obama?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, what?
President Obama is the most intimidating person alive to me, I think.
And that's just because you really like Obama. That's not even, I mean, he's the president, but like, let's say...
And not even just in political terms. I'm not talking about, I'm just saying Barack Obama as a person. Take everything who he is like as a president, away, just him as a person.
You're still intimidated?
Yeah, I just love him as a person. So
even before he became president, if you knew all that?
I read everything about him as a kid.
Wait, as a kid?
I mean, yeah. Well, when I was a kid when he was running for president. So I read everything about him.
Technically, I was as well, too.
Yeah, you were, too.
Like, he had books out and shit, or what?
Yeah. Dreams for My Father.
Why do you have a book out? He's just a writer, or?
No, he was just a political figure, and that's like what you do.
He was popular?
People knew who he was. My sister wrote an essay about him before then.
Before he even announced that he was running?
Yeah.
Whoa, I'd never heard of him until, I mean, obviously I didn't fucking pay attention to politics.
Yeah.
I got an F in government. For sure got an F in government.
That's terrible.
Fuck, I tried so hard on that bitch. I tried.
I didn't really like school.
I hated school.
I would they would always I would always get high test scores, but like would never do my homework, so I didn't always get good grades. And I think I talked about that on our last podcast. And I was just like, it's because I still have an issue with homework. I never do it.
Homework was hard as fuck. I never did homework. Did I ever like really seriously sit down and do homework? Probably not. And that's not something I'm proud of. Like, I fucking wish. Looking back, I'm like, I wish I went to fucking school and did this shit right.
Yeah.
I realized something that my sister reminded me of the other day, and I forgot that this happened. But like I think it had to be middle school. I forgot what grade it was, but my mom didn't make me go to school.
Yeah.
I missed 2 months worth of school in one school year.
Yeah.
I missed so much school that police officers came to our door and was like, "What the fuck? You need to go to school." What is it called, truancy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed so much school that a fucking cop came.
That's crazy.
It's like, God damn. I wish though, like looking back, I'm like, I wish I would have just paid attention, because what is that, like fucking 12 years of school?
Yeah, and like everything that. What were you doing, playing Counter-Strike?
Yeah, fucking wasting myself away playing a goddamn video game when I could have been like learning the difference between all of theirs, even though I know that now, but like, fucking, what the fuck?
I feel like I was still absorbing the information. I just didn't like the fact that I had to prove myself. I didn't like that.
To who, the teachers?
Yeah, to the teachers.
I'm surprised that you didn't get like straight A's.
I was on the honor roll and shit every once in a while, but like I had a straight A attitude. I was definitely always associated with the straight A students.
So it's just because you didn't do the fucking homework you failed?
Only reason, just didn't want to do the homework.
What was the lowest grade you ever got?
I had gotten an F before, which I didn't understand. Yeah, I know, which is crazy.
In what class?
That was early in high school. It was like, I think it was algebra or geometry, and I somehow
that very hard to believe.
I know, right? I really fucked up. And I had convinced the counselor the next year. I said, I know I failed this class, but I'd like to take this class and the class advanced after it at the same time, and they let me.
So you had 2 different periods, and there's one.
I had 2 different math classes.
Did you pass those?
Yes. How I did that, I'll never know. But
I'm horrible at math. You're not great at math too, right?
Too.
How the fuck did you pull that one off?
I mean, because I like had to. So
did you ever cheat?
No, I never cheated.
You never cheated once in school.
I think during my senior year, when the work became an overload and like kids were like fucking stressing out, and it was just like copy and paste all this bullshit, I did. But the whole time I was
cheat?
always
the internet.
No, like I remember all the kids like had something written or something. I think we all just copied it down.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I can't believe you would do that.
I know. I can't
even picture you as a kid in high school borrowing a pencil or like a piece of paper from somebody.
I didn't really want to harm other people, but every once in a while, you got to switch it up.
Did your mom or dad say anything funny while you were in the Bay? Any nuggets? I know there had to be. I'm sad I missed them. Nothing from your mom? Nothing from mom.
My mom was so silent this time. I'm like really upset.
You're saying that about a lot of your family. You're saying a lot of them.
It's like I'm gonna be honest. It's not a good time in the Haynes family right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Everybody's stressed out, and it's come over to me too. It's just like shit's happened. Shit's popping the 6 right now, boy. And I just have taken no time to.
What was that dinner at Chevy's like? It was quiet.
No, it was funny. We all do jokes.
Really?
Yeah. My mom's just tired, and it's making me sad. I'm just realizing, I'm not sure if it's just like after 8 o'clock, my mom's tired because she's old, but I just feel like my mom is like, she's just tired all the time now, which makes me sad.
How old is your mom?
59.
Oh my God. I'm tired after 8 o'clock as a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine at 59.
So my mom has done so many days.
If there's a God, and if you're listening, please, I don't want to live past 59. All right? That's too old, and I'm good with
59.
47. 47,
I
good.
couldn't imagine living that long either. I get like
too long.
You're like, like Louis said, your mind is infinitely deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 22 years and I've gone so far down. Where could I go in 59 years?
Too far.
Too fucking far. And I'm really scared because I'm gonna do it.
It's just like when I get to the point and my body can't like do exactly what I want it to do without hurting.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I know like we have friends who want to like live to 100 and like fucking just be in a bed and just to say that they live to 100. I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun at all to me.
No.
I want to be agile forever. And if I'm not agile anymore, throw me off a goddamn bridge.
Throw me off a goddamn bridge.
Should we do some questions?
Yeah.
Should I check out this Amber Alert?
Oh yeah.
It's like, what if I got
Let's read it off.
What if I got some clues? I don't even know how to get to it. How do you get to Amber Alerts?
Mine is still on. Hand me my phone.
Where's that at?
Right here, behind the catacomb.
Behind the catacomb. There you go.
I'm sorry, the catacomb. Amber Alert, Los Angeles, California. Amber Alert, 7LPF713, California.
Wow.
2006 silver Chevrolet Impala. I can't wait for people to tell me I pronounced Chevrolet wrong.
Does it say like what they're looking for?
Black guy.
Black guy. Find the nearest black guy.
Black guy with a gun.
Hold on. You sent me these emails and I didn't read them prior.
Yeah, I figured that.
Hey, DVG and... Oh, wait, hold on. Shit. We gotta do other shit. A couple things. One, we don't have... The tickets are not on sale yet, but they should be by, like, fucking this week or something. We're doing a live show in LA, all right? It's at the Hollywood Improv. And we need to sell that motherfucker out. So when we announce the tickets, I want y'all to come, all right? If you're in driving distance from LA or whatever, come to the show. We'll have a great time. Yeah, that's in... When is that, Will? May? That's in early May.
Man, if you really still think I know stuff.
That's in early May, so once we have more information, we'll let you know. But just know, early May, She Didn't Text Back show, live. Other than that, we want to thank one of our sponsors. We want to thank our sponsor, Tidal, Cypher Sounds. No small talk, all right? The Tidal platform, which you can find at http:// Is it :/ I don't know. www.tidal.com. They provide 3 million subscribers with access to nearly 40 million music tracks, 130,000 videos, carefully curated playlists by industry experts and music journalists, exclusive content, and unique experiences. Can you beat that, William Hain? Huh? William Hain?
No, I can't. And Tidal gives its members access to exclusive music, videos, tickets, merchandise, and live experiences fans cannot find anywhere else. Tidal just released the second season of its original video series, No Small Talk, on April 1st. It's a stand-up comedy show hosted by DJ Cypher Sounds. And all 6 episodes are online now, so you can binge watch all your favorite comedians. Each episode is filmed at the Comedy Cellar in New York, and you can watch amazing performers like Rachel Feinstein, Capone, Mark Norman, Mike Yard, Pat Brown, Jason Anders, Mike Troy.
That's where Louis does his stand-up.
Yeah.
I still have yet to go there.
I've still yet to go there as well.
I've been in New York like 6 times and have yet to go there. But anyways, go to Tidal.com to sign up for a 30-day trial membership. And to watch the No Small Talk trailer, or download the Tidal app to check out Cypher's show today. All right, if you want additional information, or if you want to watch a trailer, you can go to Tidal.com/No Small Talk.
Just follow Tidal on their Facebook page. All right,
it's not that hard. You know what I mean? It's
Facebook.com/Tidal.
And what's their Twitter? What's their Twitter?
Twitter.com/Tidal Hi-Fi.
And Instagram?
Okay. Instagram.com/Tidal. So just type in Tidal.
It's like, if you ain't messing with Tidal, you ain't messing with us, you ain't messing with Kanye. All right?
That's true.
Sneeze break. So if you want to send us an email, send it to shedidn'ttextback@gmail.com, and we'll poorly give you advice, all right? We're not professionals, but we will try to answer it. This is a screenshot. Don't know who it's from. Good job, Will. Hi, DVG and Will. You can use my first name, which is Morgan. I'm a 22-year-old girl, and I've only had sex with one guy before.
What's his name?
It doesn't say. It says not in a serious relationship anyway. But I've been thinking about casually hooking up with more people. Part of me wants to sleep around because I have friends that do that, and it looks like a lot of fun. But the other part of me feels uncomfortable with the thought of having multiple one-night stands or multiple partners in the same period of time. How do I go about exploring my wild side in a way that makes me happy? Much love. Your podcast has become the one thing I listen to at work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Morgan. So Morgan just had sex for the first time and now wants to sleep around.
Yeah.
Then fucking do it. Like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I think you're worried that about it. Well, you kind of contradicted yourself, which I'm like confused about. You want to go, slay that dick or that puss, whatever's up, whatever you like. But you don't want to have too many one-night stands. I don't really know what to say. All I know is if you do it, have some fun, be safe, don't meet anybody off of a bad app that might hurt you. Use the normal ones like Tinder, not the bad ones like, what is a bad one called, Will?
Bumble? I don't know. I don't think I know anything anymore.
Bumble?
I don't know.
Yik Yak? Don't use Yik Yak to get them dicks, alright? Have you used Yik Yak?
No, yeah.
I downloaded Yik Yak. So boring. So fucking dumb.
Yeah, you gotta be real bored to do that.
Maybe.
People always tell me that they put my jokes on there and shit.
Oh, like they'll copy and paste it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get into the Yik Yak game and I was not feeling it. Maybe I just don't understand because I'm getting older. But yeah, if you want to go slay, then go slay. But just be safe and have some protection. But don't do it because your friends are doing it. That's a weird thing, especially like sex. Like if Will was like getting a lot of puss, I wouldn't be like, you know what? I think I want to start fucking around because Will's doing it. Like,
oh,
what? Epiphany?
Yeah.
To what?
Figured it out. Explain it later. All right, yo, I did a lot of sad shit in this one. I figured out what was wrong in my life. Had to. Woo!
Damn, he's coming back. Woo!
Bitch! Woo. Fuck my dad in the ass!
Yeah.
Okay, not that. Okay.
All right, I'll beatbox you freestyle to get some anger.
Okay. Ha! Yeah! You try to check me, I check you back. Shit, put a back in your stab, I stab you in the fucking back. Before you get me, I know you do me. If you stab me in the back, I get you back with this hat. I'll put a hat in your gat. I'll put a gat in your hat. Make sure you smack it right there. You'll be dead by noon. You won't have that second coffee soon. That's all I had to say.
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to fuck around, then go ahead and fuck around. Just wear a goddamn condom and be safe.
Do you have some aggression to get off?
I don't. I feel very calm and very peaceful with life.
Then let's sing.
I feel great.
I feel great.
On these goddamn bitches.
Figaro.
Do you have anything to say to Morgan?
Yo, Morgan. I like that what you said.
I like that what you said. That's it?
Yeah.
I think Will forgot we're doing a podcast. This is where you have to talk.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You don't really think that, though.
I do actually believe it. I don't just think it, I believe it.
Can you... Okay. Okay, I lost myself again, but now I'm back.
So, Morgan.
I think what Morgan said... Okay, look, if you want to go around and be with people, you should just go ahead and do it. But you don't have to tell everybody about it. You could just go do that and that's it.
That's the cool people out there who fucking slay it, but then don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Like, how many people like that? Well, I guess we wouldn't know because they don't tell us, but the people that we do know that do that, everybody knows. Mm-hmm. Whether they are sly about it in the way they tell you or they fucking brag about it. Mm-hmm. I want to meet the person who has, like, fucking smashed, like, 100 people and doesn't tell anybody.
We know him.
Who?
Oh, we know him. He's on his way to counting.
This motherfucker?
This motherfucker.
This one?
This motherfucker.
This one right here?
I'm telling you. This.
Oh,
motherfucker.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I see that. Yeah, he is on his way to counting.
Yeah, if he doesn't get stopped, he's like...
So, I forgot why we said that, but yeah, go get that dick or puss. Yeah, next email. This one is Dear Darren and Will, my biggest issue in life right now is I have no idea how to get my girlfriend to know that I love her back. That seems weird. We've been dating for over 6 months and I haven't cheated on her once. You picked this because you knew I would have fun with that I would like that. I haven't cheated on her once. I haven't even done anything remotely violent like your ex-boyfriend's app. Okay, now I got sad. You think I like that?
I didn't see that. I wasn't sure about, but I was there.
I mean, they never actually hit her, but like, we're all up in her face. What do you think I can do? Okay, what the fuck? I'm not going to say this person's name. Okay. A lot of different angles with this story.
Yeah.
Because, right, I thought he was just going to be like...
Let me read it again, because I honestly only read it once and was like, this is ridiculous.
Hold on, let me unlock my phone. Go ahead and read that.
Okay, I should have read it twice. I'm sorry.
To make sure I wasn't tripping.
Oh. Yeah.
I thought that he was just going to talk about, like, how do I make my girl know that I do love her?
How do you do that?
You know, the same shit. You try to express the way you feel. You show it physically as well, and you do things for them, and that kind of no, I was going to say bullshit, but that kind of shit.
Damn, say that again.
You express how you feel verbally.
Yeah.
As well as physically.
I would love to hear you. Sometimes I think about that. I'm like, I want to know what Darren sounds like when he's like, hey, babe, I really love you. I really do. I want to hear what, like, do your best. Like, hey, I know it's like, it's been rough recently, but
what was that word? What was that word?
Recently.
Hey, I know we've been fighting a lot, and trust me when I say this is really hard for me to do. Like, I feel uncomfortable, but I'm going to force myself because I feel like I have to, and that I should. I care about you a lot, and although you fucking bother me all the time, you mean a lot to me. And when I say bother, I don't like really mean that, but that's just like a way for me to make a joke because I feel uncomfortable. So please bear with me. You help me a lot, and I appreciate everything you do for me, and it's going to get better, I promise. I love you. Peace. That's probably something what I would say.
Wow.
I felt uncomfortable even faking a scenario.
You know, after a while,
what?
It feels good.
What do you mean, just doing
I
that?
like doing that. I like that.
Just being what?
I like doing that. That's just like when you hit those tones, it's hard. You don't lie. You cannot lie like that. Mm-hmm. You cannot lie like that. And it's just like, that's so honest. I love being honest with you. That's why remember I took you in that room the other day and turned the lights off? Mm-hmm. Do you know why I did that and talked to you?
No.
Because you cannot lie in the dark.
You can lie in the dark.
You can lie in the dark. But
we're in the dark right now where we can lie.
No, but like it's dim lit. And I read online that like when it's dim lit, you're more likely to be honest and like tell stories about it, more personal things. But like, I just feel like I love when you can hear in someone's voice that they're like, you know,
like there's hesitation,
and not even hesitation, but they're just being honest. There's something about those tones that are just sound so good.
I always feel like hesitation is like a sign of vulnerability.
Vulnerability is what it is, yeah.
But then I'm like, fuck, am I just being hesitant because I feel like, see, I'm so like disconnected to my emotions. I'm like, all right, am I acting hesitant because like that's how I think you should feel, or do I feel this? Like, I don't know how I feel. I really don't. None of it all feels the same as I said before, except like being super excited. So like tapping into that is so hard for me. It's fucking.
I have issues with being super excited.
The biggest challenge. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
And just like laughing and having a good time.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like me. I've never been that type of person ever.
I don't think I've ever seen you really excited.
Well,
we did jump on my bed the other day. And
that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was real fun, actually. Me, you, and Ava just bouncing around with Mac, just jumping on a bed.
Yeah.
If you're a grown-ass man or a woman and you haven't jumped on a bed since you were a kid, pause this shit right now and go jump on your bed and tell me that shit wasn't fun.
And no one was on any shrooms whatsoever.
Yeah.
That was like, that's just a real person thing. Yeah, we didn't do anything like that when you guys were on shrooms.
I think we were just watching Casey Neistat, paused it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just started jumping and I said, join me. And we all just started jumping.
And it was a lot of fun. No, it's because you put that fucking hat on and that's what triggered it.
The real me. I like the real me.
Yeah.
What did I say when I was on mushrooms? I wasn't wearing a hat, but I went into my room just fucking laughing to myself. Came back out with a beanie and said, "This is the real me." Yeah. And like meant it. And it that was a powerful statement in my head when I said that.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just a joke.
I'm so glad.
It was just like, this is me.
Yeah.
Just because that's how I feel like I felt that outfit made me feel how I felt in high school.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when I started wearing that hat and that backpack?
That hat and the backpack. Yeah.
I felt like a kid again.
I could see that, yeah.
It like, because I don't wear hats now. And like I put it on and I felt like comfortable and safe. And then once I also put the backpack on, I felt safe some more. And it was just like, oh, hey. And I just felt like a kid again. And everybody was like, everybody said the same thing. Everybody was like, you look like a 9-year-old.
Right.
Like it was just, there was something really strange about it.
When I was in, I think sophomore year, freshman year, I used to wear a turtle backpack everywhere I went. Don't know why. Like looking back, I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? Mm-hmm. And I was telling Ava this story, I think yesterday. You know, I was like a scene emo kid. So, you know, I had girl pants on and like fucking bangs in front of my face. And I would carry that turtle backpack. And one time I went to In-N-Out and there was this dude who was like 6'8", giant white dude. He was probably like 69 years old. And that's a total guess, but he looked old. Very tall, very grouchy. And he looked at me and like I was just like ordering food at In-N-Out. And he was like, what are you, some type of fucking drug dealer? I was like, whoa. Dude, you work at In-N-Out. Like, chill, man. I'm just trying to get a cheeseburger. Calm down. And he was just like fucking like belittling me at In-N-Out, and I never experienced that again. But I was like, how are you doing this? You work there. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I did nothing to like provoke that.
I know for a fact you are not keen to grown men telling you anything. I don't like when anyone tells me what to do, but like especially I'm okay with someone telling me what to do if it's like an appropriate response to something. Mm-hmm. But when you're treating me like I'm a child or like I'm stupid, especially stupid, when you're talking to me like I'm stupid and telling me what to do, I fucking hate that. And I will I can't control my emotions then. Because remember like on New Year's when that dude was like fucking talking to me like I was a child? That's the thing. That's why your disdain for that confuses inflections. He was not talking to you like a child, but you thought he was, and that's why you got upset.
Yeah, and I didn't. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So this happened the other day to me.
You have daddy issues, but it's all right.
Nah, I have mommy issues. I have both issues.
No, you didn't. What this was, how I saw it, it was like, okay, here's a white man trying to be your dad. Yeah. You grew up. Oh, my white man isn't here. Uh-huh. And then, so you want to be my white man? Shut the fuck up. I'm going to go where I want.
Right.
That's how I saw it.
Damn, that sounded cool.
I mean, that's what happened.
I definitely didn't tell him to shut the fuck up.
I mean, but yeah.
I said something along the lines, but I wasn't that aggressive.
Yeah.
It's fun every now and then. Like, I think it's kind of how you explain, like, you like telling people how you feel.
Yeah.
I like sometimes getting angry and like saying some shit because like what we were talking about earlier about VidCon. I just every now and then say some shit. And and I don't know. It's kind of like it reminds me that I'm alive. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
That moment that just happened. Holy fuck.
That is why I love stand-up comedy, because it gives me like, you remember I told you after our Austin show, I was like, there was just some lines that I just said. And I was like, that made me feel good that I said that. Like, I like to make a point.
You're talking about the live show. When you said some jokes that were like risque.
Yeah. And I'm like, but it's like, these aren't necessarily even funny, but they are funny, but it's just me saying something that I think is true.
What was that joke that you said about Jesus? And it was like, you were like, oh, they fucking laughed over my most cleverest joke ever.
Oh,
Jesus got crucified or something.
Yeah, it was. Oh no, those things are totally fine. Sometimes I like it when I say shit that people don't get,
and you hide it underneath.
Yeah,
the noise.
It was kind of on purpose.
Really?
Yeah, because like I knew like when that laugh was happening, and that was just something I also had a breath to say, and it was something along. I think we were talking about like, was it about your friend Jesus?
Yeah, it was about Jesus.
Did we say he died or something?
You're just saying how I haven't seen him since, and you said,
"Oh yeah,
Jesus got crucified."
Yeah.
Do you think that it's possible that we would do a live show with this same energy?
No.
Like, you think all the live shows have to be funny?
Can we do it like this? Yeah, I would love to. That's why I was saying, like, I don't know if I want to do stand-up anymore, or I just want to do talks. Because I don't always want to be funny. Sometimes I just want to talk. I usually want to be funny. Most of the time I want to be funny, but like,
you think people would be upset if we did a live show and we like weren't funny?
No.
Not that weren't funny in a bad way, but just like chose to just like be this vibe, which was just like calm.
No, that's cool.
You don't think people would be like disappointed?
No. I think that's enjoyable.
I feel like that'd be very interesting to do. And I feel like we would probably be a little bit uncomfortable because there's an audience there. Like right now we can talk like this and have this tone because it's just us with a fucking candle in between us.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this is what's causing the vibe, the candle.
Yeah.
I don't, that in front of an audience would be so weird.
Well, audience reactions are the best. There's nothing to me, there's nothing better than audience reaction. And it's like we want you, like, I think, are you saying because like it'll be like a lot of like, I don't know,
because live shows.
Oh, do you think that we'd be upset that it was like this?
Yeah,
just like
this
calm.
is so
no,
chill.
this is enjoyable.
Is it?
This is enjoyable
Because I was thinking about like performing music, and you know how like at the Hollywood Improv, they're all like seats, and it looks like the vibe of the Hollywood Improv is like if you were eating dinner. And there just so happened to be a show.
Yeah.
It's not there's a show and you also can eat. It's you're eating dinner and there's a show.
Yeah.
And I was like, it would be so weird to do like music, like fucking going out there and be like, trade it up, yeah. Like that would be so weird. But when I jammed with Mike this weekend and like he played guitar and I fucking rapped and freestyled into a mic and also did songs, like that was so much fun. And that was like a very like vibey, groovy vibe, I guess, for the lack of a better term. And I was like, oh, I can like do that. Like I could do like my songs, but just like
good.
Like it would be fun to do that. I don't think I'm necessarily going to do it at the Hollywood Improv. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. But yeah, it's always weird. Like even like with music, taking the song that has like so much energy and then like turning it into like an acoustic version that is like very groovy or like
it's a big switch up.
Yeah, it's like a total change of emotion.
So like you and Falzone went to the office this week
and we kissed. It was real good.
And you guys just did like we should do that.
I was I don't know if I told them, but you would have loved it. Like we should do it again. I told them I wanted to do it before
after work.
Let's do it. Well, he won't stay. He won't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
let's do it on the weekends.
All right.
Oh, you and me? Let's you and me do it tomorrow.
All right, I got to text somebody to remind me after this to get their amp. But it is so much fun. No one can hear me, even though like the fucking mic is plugged into an amp and it's loud. I can say whatever I want. Like I was even saying to Mike, like he was playing guitar, and the whole time I was like rapping and doing stuff, but I was also like making fun and doing like jokes, whatever. Not like trying to make make them laugh, but just talking. And but I was acting as if we were performing in front of 100 people the whole time. And my character that I was playing that I didn't think of until like in the moment was that I was a rapper who, and I said this, I was like, I'm not homophobic. I'm not. I'm very proud. I have a lot of gay friends. But I want you to know this is freestyling. And if I say anything about anybody, even like let's say it's about a race, or let's say it's about a person or whatever it may be, I am not against them. I am with them, but I'm freestyling and understand I'm also having a mental breakdown right now. So I might say some crazy shit. And Mike and I were just going back and forth, and it was I felt like I got so much weight off my shoulders, just saying whatever, just having a great time and fucking
that's really
not
good. Thinking
about anything. Not knowing that no one was judging me. We weren't recording it. We weren't trying to like fucking make a video or anything. We were just having a good time. And it was like, I can honestly say, that's the first time in a while that I've had like fun with music in the sense of just like
It was just
I wasn't trying to write a fucking song or like write a creative flow or record. I was just like having fun, and I haven't like done that in a while, and that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the same issue I've had with comedy. It's like it's great that comedy is also my job, but like I haven't been making anything just for the sake,
just for the fun of it.
Now it's like to do this, to do that,
to make this show, to make this video, to make that, do this live show.
And like I do enjoy doing all of it. It is a gift to do all of it.
Right. Same with music. Like same writing songs is fucking incredible that I can do that in my bedroom, but doing it just for fun.
Yeah, not to prove myself, not to, you know, use it as a springboard to get to somewhere else in life.
Well, that was the thing. Like, I was talking to Mike on Friday when we were planning to do it the next day, and I was like, oh, like, how are we going to record the audio? I just assumed because he approached me that he wanted to make a video, and he was like, what do you mean? I was like, how are we going to record the audio so it sounds good? He's like, no, let's just hang out and, like, mess around. And I was like, oh, fuck, that takes away all the pressure. That sounds so much better. Because I was kind of, like, he's asked me a couple times, and I never, like, never flaked on him, but I was always, like, kind of anxious to do it, because I was like, you know, he wants to make a video, and that scared me. Especially, like, if we were just going to freestyle, because that's how he approached me. But the second he was like, oh, no, let's just hang out and, like, you know, have fun. We don't have to record it at all. Yeah. Actually, I don't want to record it. I was like, oh, fuck, that sounds like a great time, and I had so much fun. Yeah. So I suggest that we do that.
I think it's a good time too, because we don't really have fun. I got to that point where I had no fun in my life anymore. Yeah, and ever.
Same, yeah.
And it was it made me miserable.
I'm starting to I started playing basketball again. I've already done it like 3 times in the past like week. Like fuck, I'm like allowing myself to have fun. I think it's because I realized also the quality of the product that I'm creating is not going to be the best if, like, you know, I'm not also having fun. Yeah. Because, like, I'm still living life, but I'm not allowing myself to have fun. And it's like the conversation we had, like, when I was on shrooms. I was like, I can never just enjoy this moment because I'm too worried about the moment that I'm going to have in 5 years when I'm on stage. I'm too worried about how good or you know, how whatever I'm going to be in 5 years as opposed to like where I'm at now and the qualities I have now. And you know what I mean? In such a negative light, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a good rapper in 5 years. You know, I'm trying to train myself to change the way that I'm thinking and like live more in the now and appreciate where I'm at now and what I'm capable of now and where I'll be capable, you know, if I work hard, but not dreading on the fact that I'm not there yet. And fuck, if I take that to everything, beat making, fucking even something simple like playing basketball or freestyling, like I'll just only improve my life. But this shit is so fucking hard to do. God damn. It's hard to live in the moment. I don't know how. I know people that only live in the moment.
And that's not enough. That's too much.
Yeah, I need a balance.
There's got to be a balance.
Yeah, I need to stop fucking. I'm fine with like thinking about the future, but I only think of like, all right, in 5 years I'm gonna be on tour, blah blah, like a sold out tour. Like I need, because that's just like corrupting my thoughts.
I think I used to be like that too, and then I realized that it was in the now. It's when I stopped saying like, you know, I want to be a comedian, and I realized I am, and I was one all along. Mm-hmm. And I am always in the now, and I'm always like now and 2 weeks in the future, and it's kind of, that's also bad too, because I learned how to plan a schedule or I learned how to make a to-do list and to do things, and I just packed my schedule packed, and every single day I have a million things that are stress worthy, and it's like, and that too is terrible. So like you said, there has to be a balance, like, because now I don't know what I want in the future. Mm-hmm. Like at first I used to only live in the future and knew exactly what I wanted and plan out the house and it looks like this, you know, I mean, and you know, I'm doing this and the show looks like this and it's going to be like this, but once I stopped doing that and living now and say, okay, that's what got scary, and that's kind of what made me self-aware. And now I'm kind of in this weird after stage where I'm like, I kind of wrote something that I put on Tumblr about like, it's like the only way I can describe it, the way I feel right now is like when the people who went to go find America, or well, you know, they were looking for another way to go to India, but once they got out into the ocean that no one had ever been out there before, they got to a point where they could not see where they came from and they cannot see where they're going, and that's where I feel like I am.
You can't see where you came from and you can't see where you're going. Yeah. Is that, it's kind of like foggy?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. There's a haze, and it's fucking terrifying.
Huh, interesting. on that note,
Yeah.
I think we would wrap this podcast up.
Yep.
If you were expecting jokes,
Sorry.
next week maybe it'll be funny. But if we don't want to be funny next week, then we won't be funny. You know, we got a lot of good episodes that were really funny. Sometimes we just want to be chill and sit in the dark with a candle with a couple friends.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that I have to say before we go? Oh, all the posters. I think besides like three or four orders, which we're going to ship out in like the next 2 days, have been shipped out. So if you ordered a poster, you should be seeing it soon. Just know, people who are not in America, it's going to take a little longer because, you know, I think that takes like 1 to 2 weeks, even if it's been shipped. But no, your poster is on the way. If you were interested in buying a poster, you should do so. You can go to sheetandtextback.bigcartel.com. I think they're $15 and also $30 if you want to buy a signed one. We also have a Patreon if you want to donate to that. We very much appreciate that. Shout out to everybody on Patreon. We appreciate you guys. You guys are the fucking real OGs. Stay low one time. And we need to do one of those Google Hangouts, and I still haven't figured out how to fucking coordinate that, but if you want to tweet at us and we'll figure out the best time to do that. And follow us on social media at Darren Von Gerner on Instagram and Twitter, at Mr. William Haynes on Twitter and Instagram. Is that right?
William Haynes on Instagram, Miss William Haynes on Twitter.
Go follow me on fucking Instagram, all right?
Thank you for listening so much. It really means a lot.
Thank you very much. We're going to go to bed now, all right? Goodbye.
That was a headgum podcast.